Welcome everyone to AWA World Fighting Showcase Britannia. This is the World Fighting Showcase British Heavyweight Championship final to be wrestled over 6 3-minute rounds with 2 falls, 2 submissions, or just the 1 knockout to decide the winner. This is the final of the 2 semi-finals that we saw last week here on the show. Wherever you're watching us, thanks for joining us here on the AWA Network. Whether you're watching us on Applause Network TV, on the Wrestle Rewind streaming channel, on Ben Television, or as part of Top Rope TV, wherever you're joining us, thanks for joining us each and every Friday here on your screens. Wrestler number 1 is in the ring, the man that beat Johnny Rose in last week's semi-final, using what looked like a loaded glove to beat Johnny Rose in that 1-fall contest. This one's a 2-fall match. Lewis Blain, the veteran in the ring, certainly the favorite in this tournament. Wrestler number 2, the Barnsley Brawler, coming to the ring now, who we saw last week with a great little small package inside cradle to beat Bully Boy Carter in the semi-final there. This one, 6 3-minute rounds, 2 falls, 2 decided. Referee, the very experienced referee, Mr. X. And there it is, the World Fighting Showcase British Heavyweight Championship bout. Both men looking at it intently. One of these will become the very first WFS British Heavyweight Champion. The World Fighting Showcase British Heavyweight Championship is brought to you by Wrestling History Old and New, a fabulous Facebook page. Just check them out, Wrestling History Old and New, for all the wrestling information, wrestler bios, wrestling history, videos, all sorts you can get on Wrestling History Old and New Facebook page. Richard from that page does a fantastic job at keeping that up and running. And they are indeed the supporters of AWA and the World Fighting Showcase British Heavyweight Championship. Round 1 is underway. The first 3 minutes. Lewis Blain not in a rush to start here as he's mouthing off to the fans at ringside. Unusually, Barnsley Brawler last week we saw in his match with Bully Boy Carter was cheered by the crowd. Full Nelson now. Great way of getting out of it by the Brawler. Still to come on the show today, action from our friends at Top Rope Wrestling. That's in the second half of the show. Intergender tag team action from Top Rope Wrestling still to come. Right on the fingers. Much as Lewis Blain is saying it's not, it is indeed legal. Don't let the Barnsley Brawler's name put you off here. He knows his wrestling. He also knows his brawling real well. Lewis Blain using those wrestling skills. Great amateur in his youth was Lewis Blain, winning several regional titles. Whereas the Barnsley Brawler in his youth was in army training. Strong headlock. Great vertical base there by Lewis Blain. Squeezing the head of the Yorkshireman, and what looked like a punch. An illegal punch to the side of the head takes the Brawler down. Blain waiting for him to get back to his feet. And a big shot right to the back. And a rake of the eyes. Just a small telling off there from Mr. X. Obviously blindsided to the ref. Over the top rope now. Choking. Illegal use of the ropes here by Lewis Blain, the near on 40-year veteran of the sport of professional wrestling. Not just wrestled here in the UK, but throughout Europe. He actually started his wrestling career in France. the former European champion. He was the very first champion right here back in the HCW days, dating back to 1998. Urging the brawler to get back to his feet now. Using those ropes to pull himself up. He needs to do it. And a low blow. Lewis Blain of late has been starting to mouth off and shout off about the fact that he is nothing but a pure wrestler. No gimmicks needed. No flashy outfits. No silly music or any of this. He is pure wrestling. To the point that he's even calling himself Mr. Wrestling. Lewis Blain. But as we saw last week with a loaded glove, and what is he doing now with that corner pad in the corner? I wouldn't be surprised whether he slipped something in there. Just like he did with the glove last week. But through just round one of this one against the Barnsley Brawler, he's been using the closed fist, illegal use of the ropes, a low blow in the corner. Pure wrestling, Lewis Blain is not at this point. We are into round 2 of 6 rounds. No score as yet. Lewis Blain saying how hilarious, in a tongue-in-cheek fashion, the fans at ringside are. Top wrist lock applied now by the taller Lewis Blain. Barnsley Brawler defeated Bully Boy Carter last week. Lewis Blain defeated Johnny Rose last week. That's how they got to this, the World Fighting Showcase British Heavyweight Championship Final, for the beautiful bout that we saw at the opening of the contest. It was brought into the ring by referee Mr. X. Taking a little walk now, using full advantage of the 10 count outside the ring, is Lewis Blain. If you haven't already, check out British Wrestling Old and New on the Facebook. They are the supporters of the World Fighting Showcase British Heavyweight Championship. Blain now posted right into the corner. Charges in, but the knee goes right into that middle turnbuckle. And it's the Barnsley Brawler in trouble now, trying to hyperextend that knee. While you're looking for British Wrestling Old and New, Wrestling History Old and New on Facebook, be sure to check out World Fighting Showcase. The people that supplied us with this great bout for the British Heavyweight title and the governing body thereof. Also check out AWA, Affiliated Wrestling, which is the page that you go to for all your AWA news, where we will be in action, when, top 10s. The weekly TV show will be up there, as well as Petey Crockett's Wired YouTube show, all there on the AWA Affiliated Wrestling Facebook page. Lewis Blain certainly in control of this British Heavyweight Championship contest. And it's back to the corner. No, he's not back to the corner at all. He's going for the kill. Just a little bit more on that damaged knee of the Barnsley Brawler that ended up going right into that middle turnbuckle. There is a little bit of padding around those turnbuckles, like you can see, but under that is a big steel hook. And when you come at it like with force, like the Barnsley Brawler not long did, it's gonna hurt you. Let me tell you. Dick Witherspoon bringing you the action here. Round 3 now of the World Fighting Showcase British Heavyweight Championship. Lewis Blain slowly dissecting the Barnsley Brawler. Round 3 of a potential 6. Nobody has scored a pinfall or a submission as yet. Takes the man down, grabs it. He's got it on. He's a master of this one. And that's it. That's the first fall of the contest to Lewis Blain in round 3. First fall of the contest by submission. Lewis Blain.
1 fall to Lewis Blain.
Back to the corner now is Blain. Brawler still yet to get back to his feet. That knee is really causing him trouble. And he's really got to up his game now as we head into round 4. Saying that he's fit to continue, but he certainly looks in a state. With that knee, it's taken a pounding. Lewis Blain offers the hand of friendship, but the kicks get reined in. And there it is once again. The single leg Boston Crab, the same way that he got the first fall in round 3, and that's the second one in round 4. And we have the very first World Fighting Showcase British Heavyweight Champion, the man that calls himself Mr. Wrestling. And it was certainly wrestling that got him the submissions with that great single leg Boston Crab, not once but twice. The Barnsley Brawler's knee. This may well need a hospital visit.
I didn't know that you were the maker of matches. I'll do it. So, you guys want to see these two? No down and Drew Brady get in the ring with Frankie McCall and Adriana?
Yes.
Frankie, how's that doing? Make it so. This is now an intergender tag team match.
Yeah. heard it straight from the boss's mouth, Johnny Logan.
Thank goodness for Mr. BET coming in here and breaking up this gross love fest.
Here we go.
You're going to want to say it to all your people. Because tonight, we're going to equal ratings.
So sick.
Dalton.
So sick. I love that. Really? Kissing and hugging, is this what y'all paid for?
So here we go. Jermaine Jubilee.
Mr. BET echoing my sentiment.
Sorceress Morgan.
Squared Circle's a sacred place. It is not a place for kissing and loving. It's a place for bloodshed and violence.
Are you ready for this?
We are here to see a brawl, Mike Donald, so I'm hoping to see a little bit of that myself.
All right, man. Let's go. Don't stand around. These people came to see some wrestling. Don't stand around.
It's almost not fair. These guys just put on their own match, you know?
Hey, Mr. BET's win-loss record is going to look a little bit nicer after this.
What is this?
What is happening?
Wait a minute, I know who this is.
What's that?
That's Trigger and Lexa Rose.
What are they doing here?
Let's hear what they gotta say.
I didn't come all the way from the West for nothing. We are former intergender tag team champions. First ever man and woman tag team champions. Retired tag team champions. So, the two of you will go up against the former retired tag team champions, Guns and Roses.
So, you guys want a three-way tag? Independent tag match? Well, again, make it so. This is now a triple threat intergender tag team match. The first one to get pinned will become #1 contender for tonight's new championship that's being introduced, Ken Striker, for none other than this title.
Mike Dalton does not look happy about this. And I'll tell you what, being a manager out there, you never know what's coming. You gotta stay on your toes.
So now we've got a 6-person intergender 3-way dance.
Yes, a triple threat intergender dance.
Excellent. First pinfall wins.
Here we go, Jubilee and Trigger just working over Frankie McCart, who's already been in a match. I mean, something about this just doesn't feel right. Oh! Just dropped them.
Well, they are the retired intergender tag team champions of the world. The team of Guns N' Roses, Trigger Happy and Lexa Rose.
Oh! Frankie's down the comeback and just knocked out. Look at this. Beautiful textbook suplex.
Hold the trigger on that one.
And now the couple is united as a tag team. Look at Frankie coming back. Trying to get to his partner.
Beautiful submission maneuver, cranking the shoulder backwards along with the neck, putting him in an uncomfortable position right now. Oh!
Look at this, look at this. The women are brawling out here on the outside. Look at this. They're working over Adriana.
That is a double team effort.
Oh!
Adriana is a wild woman.
Knocked them both down. You gotta watch out for the Sorceress Morgan out there.
He's
You never
holding.
know what she's up to.
Oh, there it goes.
Dropped them.
Short-term alliance. Now it's over. Mr. BT and Trigger, I can't assume, are going to get along after that one. They tried, and that's what happened.
And here comes Adriana.
And I'd run if I was anybody in that ring right now.
Definitely a strong woman. Look at Frankie down getting his second win. He's fighting with all he's got. Mr. BT fresh in the ring. Oh! Big splash in the corner.
More action on the outside.
Look out.
Too much action to keep up with.
She's got his woman.
Oh no.
Leading him on too. Look at this. Wait a minute. She doesn't see the steps. Wait a minute. No! You gotta have eyes in the back of your head here at Top Rope Wrestling, or that might happen to you.
That looks painful. That looks painful.
That might have something to do with her bad luck from all the sorcery she's been doing. And Mike Dalton seeing if they're okay, but BT now.
Take her out, Morgan.
Coming after Lexa Rose.
What to make of this?
Trigger coming in to save his woman.
Checking on her, making sure she's okay. Inside the ring, here we go. Mr. BET in control.
Mr. BET is one bad dude. Wait a minute. Adriana got him up.
Samoan drop. Samoan drop on Jermaine Jubilee. Adriana. 1, 2.
Oh!
2 and a
Barely
half.
got out of that.
Action on the outside again.
Wait a minute. She's got that book. What's inside that book?
Oh!
Probably a brick in there. Oh!
Oh!
Adriana just drops the Sorcerer's Morgan.
Adriana drops Mr. Jermaine BET Jubilee.
Oh, she got it.
Wow.
Wow.
Dalton's having none of it because he's on the loser's end of the purse tonight. So love prevails after all. Love prevails, huh? Makes me sick.
Hey, Cheaty, they're gonna get dirty. I'm telling you right now. We're coming back for them again.
Yeah, how does it feel to be on the losing end there, Marvelous Mike? And look at the winners here. The God of War, Frankie Picard, and Adriana. And look at the losers here.
Mr. BET doesn't know what happened. This was an impromptu matchup. He wasn't prepared.
That's got to affect the ego. There are your winners, ladies and gentlemen. Frankie Picard, Adriana.
Once again, your winners, Britannia, Frankie Picard, and the Federal's Pet, Adriana. And hey, Adriana, you get to face whoever wins the Battle Royal at our next event. Whoever wins the No Limits title tonight, you're getting that pinfall. Right? Was that a